them for oil revenues and wanted to exercise their inalienable right to permanent sovereignty over their natural resources in the interest of their national growth and development. This led to a quiet meeting at the Mahdi Yacht Club in Cairo in April 1959, on the sidelines of the first Arab Petroleum Congress. Representatives of OPEC's 5 founding members, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela, were all present. Here, a gentleman's agreement, the precursor to OPEC, was endorsed. Just over a year later, Juan Pablo Perez Alfonso of Venezuela, Abdullah al-Tariki of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Talaat al-Shaibani of Iraq, Dr. Fuad Rouhani of Iran, and Ahmed Syed Omar of Kuwait created OPEC. The organization's international status was cemented when it registered with the UN Secretariat as an intergovernmental organization in November 1962. For its first 5 years, OPEC was headquartered in Geneva, but in 1965 it moved to historic Vienna, where it signed a headquarters agreement with the Austrian government under Dr. Bruno Kreisky. It has called the city home ever since, and in 2025 it celebrates 60 years in Austria's elegant capital. The core focus on market stability also brought about a new era of cooperation between OPEC and non-OPEC with the signing of the Declaration of Cooperation in December 2016 at the OPEC Secretariat in Vienna. A further milestone in this unique collaboration was reached in July 2019 with the signing of the Charter of Cooperation, which is a partnership framework for longer-term issues impacting the industry. For 65 years, OPEC has shown itself to be a groundbreaker. It has played a large role in the creation of a modern society by providing petroleum to the world. We believe its best years are yet to come as it continues to play a major role in energy leadership, working with multilateral partners to tackle the world's challenges today and tomorrow. In ensuring a stable and secure energy future and development for all, OPEC will be there as an important instrument of change.
Round of applause for OPEC one more time, thank you. And now to the final panel for the opening ceremony. I'd like to invite real quick, first off, His Excellency Bruno Jean-Richard Itoua, the Minister of Hydrocarbons of the Republic of Congo. A warm applause as he makes his way on stage. He will be joined by his, yes please, by His Excellency Antonio Oburu Ondo, the Minister of Hydrocarbons and Mining Development of Equatorial Guinea. Completing their list is the founder of Blackwater, Erik. And to moderate that is, of course, NJ Ayuk. Please give the gentlemen a warm applause as they take their seats on the podium. Yes, look close to me. I believe we saved the best for the last, and it is indeed a great honor to have what I call an all-star panel, and we just want to go right into it. Minister Itoua,
yes.
Congo has recently made significant discoveries in oil and gas. How are these exploration efforts shaping your national strategy in your country to drive up gas and also to, as some say, to transition into new energies?
Thank you for giving me another opportunity to say something about Congo after the Prime Minister, Chief of our government. I think he has said the main things to be known about Congo Brazzaville, but maybe to be more precise in terms of oil and gas and exploration and policy strategy in terms of energy in Congo, I may say three additional things. I used to say, and the Prime Minister says the same thing, obviously. Now we think that every drop counts. Every drop of oil and gas counts. Any drop we have on the ground, we should do the most we can to produce it, which means many things. And today we can see in Congo the result of that because we have decided that additionally to oil, which is our, history, for more than 60 years we have been producing oil. We have decided to make gas one of our most important priority. And then we're getting the result very, very, very quickly by a big project with ENI, which is going to be producing 3 million tons a year since from I can say February. We have a second project with a Chinese company, Winghua, which is fully dedicated, which is something very important, is fully dedicated for local market. Fully dedicated. We will export product coming from that project only if we have covered all the needs of the country. So they're going to produce LPG, they're going to produce LNG, they're going to produce gas, they're going to produce electricity from gas for the local market. The target is to give electricity to all Congolese people in the five years. Every Congolese citizen must have an access to electricity and maybe in the same time to gas and especially cooking gas. How we can get that happen? But having a better dialogue with the companies, better dialogue with investors, having the mutual understanding of the interest of the two parties. They're interested by making investment, making money, so we have to give guarantee for that through the legal, fiscal framework.
Are we going to see some deals signed in Cape Town between you and your investors? Perenco is here.
Why not? Maybe.
You could close that.
It seems to me that there is something maybe which can happen during the week. I hope so. We work very hard tomorrow. I have all my team here for that. It seems to me that you know some secret, maybe I don't know. But yes, why not? We have the opportunity of having the Prime Minister here. If we can sum something, it will be really good news to show
that. That would be very good. The Prime Minister is here.
Yeah.
The Perenco is, I shouldn't mention Perenco. The company is here.
And I have my colleague in charge of electricity and water distribution at the same time.
Is here. Can we sign?
Give us 24 hours.
Deal, 24 hours. Antonio, we just read in the news you had some big signings with ConocoPhillips. I mean, these guys are in the Permian, right? We don't even know what they're doing in Africa, but somehow, they found themselves in your country. And you also signed something really interesting with Chevron. I tried to ask Mamadou, he wouldn't tell me anything. Can you tell us what was agreed on with those two companies, and what does that even mean to your gas mega hub and your aspiration to say Equatorial Guinea exploration is back?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of traveling these days. I've been in New York, I've been in Houston, and I'm here now. I think it's happened over the last 24 hours, right? And yeah, we've been in Houston a couple of days ago. This was a major agreement with ConocoPhillips, an agreement between ConocoPhillips and Equatorial and Sonagas, our NOCs, and the government of Equatorial Guinea. What we did is to sign the HOA of one of the phases of what we call in Equatorial Guinea the Gas Mega Hub Initiative. And this was signed and it's a multi-billion dollars agreement. So what we achieved with this is that the Gas Mega Hub initiative, which exists actually to ensure that the Punta Europa complex does survive over the time, what we achieve with this is that we have more resources for Punta Europa complex over the next 20 years, right? And that was in Houston. And in New York, we also signed a very important agreement with Chevron that was actually negotiated over the last 2 years. And we're talking about a multi-million dollars agreement. And this is what we call the Aseng Gas Project. The Aseng Gas Project is another project of the Gas Mega Hub initiative, and also to ensure the survival of the Punta Europa complex. I want to explain a little bit about Punta Europa complex. This is a complex in the country with a couple of processing plants. We have the condensate processing plant. We have a LNG processing plant. We also have an LPG processing plant, which we use, as my colleague here was saying, for the domestic market. We generate electricity, and we also have a methanol plant in the complex. So it is a constant fight to make sure that we tap into new gas resources for the survival of the complex.
Are we going to see gas coming from Cameroon from Etinde into that complex?
Actually, yeah, that is the other phases of the initiative, right? These are the photo phases. You have a couple of phases. We started with Alen in 2021, Alba in 2024. 2025, it's Aseng, although the first gas will be between 27 and 28. And then the photo phases will be the gas from Cameroon, Yolanda. We have Etinde. We have even, I shouldn't say that, we have some other project, right, with Cameroon to bring gas to Equatorial Guinea.
How fast can we move that? Because we've seen, you see, Senegal and Mauritania did so well on cross-border. They got it done. No delays. They moved. How fast can we get you? Being the ultimate diplomat that you are, can you twist the arms of the Cameroonians and get this to happen quickly?
I would say the fastest one will definitely be Aseng, the Aseng gas project, not Yolanda. Yolanda is something that is going to take longer.
EG27, what's going on? Are we going to get a floating LNG, or are you going to bring gas through a mooring system right into?
We're going to bring gas. It's not going to be FLNG, according to the new studies. You remember with Ophir, it was actually an FLNG. But today, after the new studies, it's definitely pipelines.
Erik, I'll come right to you. You see, this guy's talking about all this energy infrastructure. How the heck do we secure it?
The changing nature of warfare, what you've seen for the last 3 years in Ukraine, the acceleration, the cheapening of drones and precision strike, it certainly caused massive problems for the Russian Navy in the Black Sea, the U.S. Navy off of Yemen, bottling up the Red Sea. I mean, it's cost Egypt $800 million a month because the Suez is closed. For the first time in almost 80 years, you have a major naval choke point of the world effectively closed to navigation. So it is a different nature of conflict, and because precision is now so cheap, it's greatly increased the threat envelope. What that means, you know, I see and hear all the interaction between the governments, the oil, energy ministries, mining ministries, et cetera, and they're hiring the private sector. My point that I want to make to governments is that there's a lot of private sector capability available to help them maintain their sovereignty, restore their border integrity, and do those functions. It's not only a government solution.
We've seen a lot of threats on energy infrastructure offshore now more than ever. We also seen issues around pipelines across Africa. I mean, Nigeria has a lot of issues around vandalism around pipelines, and we're hearing gas going through West African pipelines. And our energy infrastructure is something that we need to secure. So how fast can we ensure that it's well secured, that we don't find ourselves in major disasters? Look at big investments coming in. And can you have a blueprint on how Africa can get that done?
In the same way that that precision strike has gotten cheaper for the aggressor, it's also gotten much cheaper for the defender. But if you're going to develop actionable intelligence, you have to have capability to actually take action against and defend those resources. So again, there's a lot of capability available to do that. Governments have to choose well and not think that they can do it all themselves.
How do you deal with pirates? You know, you got these little gangsters. You got these guys running around, these pirates running around, especially like around the Gulf of Guinea. You see piracy has increased. Equatorial Guinea has seen piracy coming in. How do we secure that where you see sometimes the military becomes not so effective? How can the private sector, how can folks like you work with the private sector to help guide that from happening?
We built a program back in 2010, which ended Somali piracy, built a local unit led by professional Westerners with some maritime and air capability, and went after the pirate bases because the pirates have to have some place to come back and refuel, retrain, and hold their hostages. If we dried up that capability, piracy went away. In the same way with Gulf of Guinea, they're going to be bedding down some location. If you build some kind of local capability to raid those locations, it'll dry it up quickly because they have to communicate. If they're emitting electrons, we can track them.
Do you think you're going to see, there are those who bring up this issue around oil and gas and Africa transitioning. You've walked around Africa from South Sudan to the Congo to everywhere in Africa. What message do you have for a lot of Americans who are saying, move away from your oil and gas, leave that in the ground, and you sit in front of two ministers? What would you tell them, and what would you tell the US public?
I think sanity has returned in terms of energy policy in America, in terms of looking at all forms, but certainly the bias against hydrocarbons has ended. And so you'll see a lot more interest from Texas and call it the oil patch firms that were willing to go abroad into dangerous areas, and we are there to operate with them. I mean, I'm the chairman of a company based in Houston called Freedom First, and we just completed a drilling program in the Waha field in Libya. So we will go to the dangerous areas, we will go to the frontiers and get it done.
You're actually drilling in Libya?
Yes.
If you drill in Libya, then you can drill onshore Equatorial Guinea, you can drill onshore Congo. Is that possible?
Tell us where to go. We're there.
Sit with them, sign a deal, I'll be happy.
All right.
And I got 1 minute. Minister, you got 30 seconds. What should we expect, besides you signing today, but what should we expect that's going to be big in Congo over the next 12 months?
I can say it in 1 minute. The target now, it was said by the presentation of SNPC. In 5 years, we want to double the production of Congo, bring it to 500,000 barrel equivalent oil in 5 years, which means something like 27 plus 10 plus something else. I'm talking about what you like, money. I saw you so happy with $2 billion. So once again, I'm talking about 27 plus 10 plus something $1 billion, which we invest in Congo during the next 5 years.
Very good. You find Andy, get Candy to come see you in Congo, so you all start that project back.
I will be happy for that.
Minister Antonio.
Yep.
30 seconds. What's going to be big in Equatorial Guinea next year? I know licensing, but what's the hidden gem?
We've been very successful with the open door policy. We announced yesterday the EG Ronda, the licensing round for 2026. Something that is going to happen in Equatorial Guinea, it's already happening, is that we becoming very competitive when it comes to the regulations. And we are intervening in a couple of laws in the country that will define the way oil and gas business are conducted. We are touching the Special Economic Zones law, the Hydrocarbons law, which is going to be by the end of the year ready, the tax law that is already ready, and the labor law that is also going under approval right now. So the intention is to be absolutely competitive, one of the top African countries in terms of regulations.
Very good. Erik,
He has a
I have
fan
Are you
some
club.
trying to
fans
tell
there.
me you
I
want
have
to
some
beat
fans
Namibia?
there.
He
Did
has
you
a fan
pay them
club.
or something?
He has a fan club.
We're trying it.
Erik, final. Besides Libya and securing sites, what do you see big that from the energy sector, especially in Africa, both for the private sector and the public sector over the next 12 months?
The demand signal for energy in the world is rapidly accelerating. We're even behind in energy production in the United States for feeding all the data and the AI data centers. So the demand signal is not slowing down. Invest accordingly, prepare accordingly logistically, because it's going to be an all fronts effort to get it done.
I told you this was going to be one of the fastest but really riveting panels you've seen. I want to thank you so much. I know the MCs have a presentation from the special advisor to the president of Namibia, but we're having a tech glitch, so that might come later. But I want to thank my panelists. You guys have done amazing. We stayed on time, and I want to wish you all the best, and keep investing, keep signing, et vive la Congo. Hein?
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.